Thrill-seeking teachers in 3, 2, 1. Here we are. Welcome to Thrill-seeking teachers. I'm Dave.
I'm William.
And we're here. As you can see, we have our shirts from the Great Six Flags America.
Great.
Yes, the Great Six Flags America. We're always going to say that this is actually our home park.
Yes.
We don't claim it, but it actually is our home park. Welcome to Thrill-Seeking Teachers.
The Thrill-Seeking Teachers
podcast. This is our podcast.
Because we do
vlogs and stuff,
vlogs,
but we also do a podcast. So if you're listening to this podcast right now, I want you to go ahead and hit that follow button, like us, make sure you hit subscribe on all the platforms. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate you, sticking with us, being a part of the Thrill-Seeking Teachers gang.
We know sometimes we're late posting stuff, but we have full-time jobs.
Yes, we're
content
teachers.
creators is not our full-time.
Not yet. Oh, one can dream, right?
One can only dream.
But again, if you're listening to this podcast in your car or wherever you are, please make sure you hit that follow button. We hit 50 downloads of our podcast, so that is awesome. I'm excited that we're still steadily growing slowly, still just growing, and that's great. I know you might be looking on YouTube, but if you can do us a huge favor, if you go on to Spotify, if you go on to Apple Music,
Amazon,
YouTube Music that has that little podcast.
Anything, wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah, please. We appreciate a follow. And we have a lot of news that's been going on.
A couple of things to discuss.
Yes. Well, first things first, we want to make sure just a little 10-second blurb about being teachers. And just for context, both of us are teachers, music teachers, actually. And we just finished our spooky season, and the kids have just got all their candy, and so I know Monday is coming. Those kids are going to be hopped up on every bit of sugar.
My school, our celebration, we had a half day on Friday, so most of the day was just trivial and nonsense.
Yeah, so
no one was teaching. We had a big parade in the morning. We did trunk or treat.
I could admit that my kids actually watch, Hocus Pocus kind of thing.
We did movies and games, so no one really taught.
Yeah, it was not really that much of a.
We were only in school for 3.5 hours anyway.
But even still, like coming Monday, we know that the loads of candy are still, in their lunch boxes and stuff. So they're going to be hopped up on sugar. So, and it's...
Well, it depends, because nowadays, people, I was seeing different things on social media where trunk or treat has ruined Halloween. People aren't trick-or-treating, but also people aren't having a lot of kids. And then a lot of places where people have homes, they might be older, so there aren't a lot of kids in the communities anymore.
Right. Now, I mean, and that could be attested
to of things.
Yeah, to a lot of things. It's hard to afford kids these days. So
absolutely.
That's something that everybody can relate to. So, that's our little 10-second blurb on being teachers.
That was
a minute. But now we get to coaster news.
Theme park news, starting with Tormenta Rampaging Run.
Tormenta is coming.
Yeah, Tormenta Rampaging Run has gone vertical at Six Flags Over Texas, the OG Six Flags Park. It's a 309 Giga-Dive Coaster.
Dive coaster.
I'm kind of whatever about dive coasters. I think they're gimmicky, although Yukon Striker at Canada's Wonderland is the GOAT right now. But this one might overtake that.
Definitely a Giga?
Yeah, a dive coaster will not normally get me to travel, but this one just might.
Oh, no, every time they have a media day, is always during like the school year, is always during like the middle of the week.
So, and leave. It's called leave. So
we're gonna just end up taking I don't know. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll approve this one. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm taking leave.
To go on a media day.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I would love to figure if I can go to that media day and ride a 300-foot drop of a Giga-Dive, and which is crazy. Just a little context. I'm getting my students to be coaster enthusiasts now, and my students love watching some of my videos of me on different roller coasters, my little POVs, and they're like, "Oh, that's a zero-G roll." This is zero-G roll.
Yeah,
oh,
they
where's
know.
that zero-G stop? They know. These little fifth graders know.
They know the elements.
They know the elements now. So, hats off to my students. I know I don't tell them that I do a podcast, so I know they're not watching. Next thing.
That's starting up. So, football star Travis Kelce was engaged to music megastar Taylor Swift.
We're not
recently collaborated with the Jana Partners, which is a activist investor group, meaning that they buy into companies to improve and then ultimately sell them. But Six Flags is obviously too big for them to do that because they only were able to buy a 9% stake.
A 9% stake.
Yeah, which 9% into a company will give you can at least
a seat at the table.
So you need 10 to be able to elect a board member, but 9 you can at least call the board and say, "Hey, I want to talk to you all about this or this." So apparently they're going to invest in more shares and stock over the coming years, so they can actually elect a board member to the board.
So even if they let's say they do elect a board member, let's say they get to that point. That's one person out of
12 usually.
Yeah.
10 to 12.
So really, are they going to really make? What I didn't like about this is that they rolled it out and it made national news.
Well, because of Travis Kelce.
Yeah, but really, is it going to actually, in the long run, do anything?
Who knows? My thing is this. I'm curious as to how much he contributed, because he's not a high roller in the game. He's just popular because of who he's
dating.
But
And
he's not even
to.
the quarterback on his team. He's like a tight end.
Well, tight ends you have the quarterback is paid most, and then you have the tight end.
Yeah.
Who is the second.
He's worth millions.
He's definitely worth millions, but
did he contribute
how many millions?
The 30 million, half of the $30 million to go into this.
And they're acting like he's actually going to actually have say. He's a partner in that thing. He's a partner. And I don't even know how much of a partner he is.
It's not known. It's not known.
It's not known.
But they're using him as the face behind it because he's famous.
He's famous, and Taylor Swift.
He grew up going to Cedar Point.
Well, basically, they're just what Six Flags is doing now is throwing anything at the wall at this point, because they know their IP is down. Their stock is absolutely down. It
rose with this announcement.
Well, that's all they're banking.
20%.
They're banking on the Swifties, and they're banking on anything. This is what happens when a company gets desperate. They throw anything at the wall. Let's throw a celebrity out the wall and see if that sticks. I don't foresee that this is going to be a great thing in the long run, because at some point people are going to forget that, oh yeah, Travis Kelce is with Taylor Swift. Let's say for intensive purposes, they don't end up getting engaged, and they end up
getting married,
and they end up in a bad.
They're getting married in 26. So in a few months, actually.
Right, but things happen, and they call off their engagement. The Swifties will be furious. Stock will go down.
Well, Taylor's the actual billionaire in the relationship. So what if they do get married and they contribute even more money?
Yeah, I mean, they could get a board member, which means they have a board member on there out of 12.
Yeah,
which in the long run.
Considering the jump that they got in the stock from that announcement, I think it could be a good thing. And the fact that he's just been so actively engaging on his own socials, saying how much he loved Cedar Point and and going to Kings Island, and
he's doing the PR. He's doing the PR thing that they tell him to do.
It worked.
It worked because
momentarily.
He's yes, that's why I don't, unless Six Flags addresses the actual issues.
The actual issues, which are operational.
And unless they start addressing those, in the long run, none of this is going to matter.
Yeah.
None of it. And
I think, I believe, and I'm hoping that 2026 is going to be a good year for them, because I have something good to talk about for Six Flags.
Oh, okay. Something good. Let's go.
Further down the list. Third on the list is the theme park industry is wrapping up their usually wildly successful Halloween haunt events. And it's funny because me and Dave had no idea how we actually didn't know that this was actually the most popular time of the year for all of the theme parks.
Oh, I didn't know that either. That's crazy, because we've been coaster enthusiasts for a while,
years,
and we didn't know that.
Well, because of our work schedule, we're
usually
basically done with all of our trips and stuff by the end of the summers, and then we might go to the occasional. But like, I would say this year has been a banner year for us travel-wise, because we have been going to a park every single month since the month of March.
I know.
We've gone to parks in March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and now November, another one.
Yes, we've been doing it. Woo!
Doubt that we'll go anywhere in December, because that...
No, you might, because you got a season pass to
so
Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens for their Christmas event, because they're open all year round.
They're open year round.
Just go check it out.
Just to get the vibes.
Get some vibes. No rides.
No rides.
Vibes, because it's a beautiful park.
Beautiful park.
But we had no idea how wildly successful the parks become. This, like, when I was reading and listening to different other podcasts and periodicals that talk about the industry, Amusement Today, they all talk about this is where all of the entire industry
makes money,
recovers their losses from the summer, if they had any.
But these parks are hugely popular, like so many lines, like huge lines.
Driving into Carowinds
was horrible. I mean,
driving into Busch Gardens, horrible.
Oh my God.
I read reports that King's Dominion actually had a sign, that their digital sign that said we're at capacity.
Yeah. They had to turn people away.
300-something acre park.
They had to turn people away. That's how crazy it was.
Did y'all know that?
I did not know that.
That was the busiest time of the year for theme. I mean, Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. They ran out of food.
I would love to go there sometime. Next time. I don't know.
Maybe next year.
I don't know. We don't have that much leave as teachers.
No, but I have more than you.
Yeah, you have more than me, and I might just have to go leave without paying and just recover. Hopefully, I can get some subscribers on here and recoup some losses.
Listen, no, but we went to 2 haunt events. I enjoyed one far more than the other.
Yes.
That being Carowinds. We went to Carowinds. Excuse me.
Carowinds.
And you saw the vlog. We went to Carowinds.
Oh yeah. Did you see the vlog? Check it out.
If you haven't.
Yes.
But we went to Carowinds, which was fantastic.
Awesome.
And then we had 2 nights there, and then we went to Hollow Scream at Busch Gardens, which was awful.
We didn't. It
was shockingly bad. Actually.
Well, we're going to maybe put some shorts. We didn't even bother to really make a vlog on that. That's how bad
it was. I mean,
we made some shorts on it.
Yeah.
If you look at our shorts, we had some shorts on our YouTube channel, so check that out.
And it's so unfortunate because Busch Gardens Williamsburg is an elite park.
It is.
It's gorgeous. The grounds and the landscaping is absolutely beautiful. It has good food, but it's like everything that you say is bad about a Six Flags park, it's almost 2 times as bad
at that night.
That night.
I don't want to say it's all the time, because then it's saying that it's all the time like that. I think that they really didn't think about a lot of the operational issues that could happen at a event geared towards Halloween. They just kind of thought, oh, let's just put these things to jump out at you, and everybody's gonna love it. And it's not that. You have to think about things.
For example, the haunts. It was just a conveyor belt of people just nonstop going through. Like, how does that make it scary?
Right. What makes it scary is you have a group of people going, and then you stop. Because then once everybody's on a conveyor belt, how are the scarers going to actually scare a group of people if everybody hears what's coming? And so it's not, it wasn't logistically thought through how to really position the best experience for people. And even when we got food, they dimmed everything so people couldn't even see what they were eating. We had to eat by flashlight. They didn't think about the experience and how they operationally put everything, and it just really didn't work. They took people from different rides and put them into the haunted houses and closed the ride.
And the haunted houses were still not staffed
that
well for it to be effective.
And they closed the ride. They closed Tempesta. They closed different rides because they needed those workers to be in the haunted attractions.
But all in all, we do want to experience what's considered the best haunted attractions in the United States, which is Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh, yes.
At Universal. So that's the goal.
That's the goal.
Year. And we've been to Universal before.
Yes.
So
and we're going to Universal
again.
Soon.
Very soon. But we've never experienced Halloween Horror Nights, so we're looking for an excuse to go back to see what all the fuss is about.
Oh my God. And all the lines. We gotta figure out how.
Well, they have express for the haunted house.
Yeah, they do, but what day could we go where it's not as congested? Is there a day that you've been
everything
seeing?
that I've ever seen? It's every damn day.
It's every day of Halloween Horror Nights.
Every damn day.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But next on the agenda, a woman is suing United Parks, which is the parent company of Busch Gardens and all the SeaWorld parks.
There's so much suing.
For
this is par for the United States. Actually, this is just on par. You don't hear about none of this stuff in overseas. Everybody gets sued.
We have a very litigious society.
Yeah, everybody's just suing.
So as she was going over one of the airtime hills on the hypercoaster Mako at SeaWorld Orlando, a duck hit her in the face and she was knocked unconscious. So I'll read the statement here.
I want to see if there was a video.
Let's
see if there's a video.
So a woman is suing SeaWorld Orlando after a duck allegedly entered a roller coaster's path and struck her in the face, knocking her unconscious and injuring her. According to the lawsuit filed in Orange County last Monday, the incident occurred on March 24th while the client was riding the Mako roller coaster.
Just a quick visual. Remember that video that we saw of the slingshot and that bird hit that lady on this? That's all. When you keep talking like that, that's all I'm thinking about.
I mean, it can happen. It can happen.
That's all I'm thinking about right now.
You're getting on these roller coasters that are 2, 3, 4, and now in the United Arab Emirates, or I'm sorry, in Qadiyah, Saudi Arabia, 600 feet. You're interacting in the airspace with birds.
Yeah, which is true.
It can happen. It's something that I've never thought of, but
it can.
It takes me back to that. Remember the commercial in the late '90s when Apollo's Chariot opened and the male model Fabio?
I don't remember that one. Really?
Maybe we can pull it up and you can attach it to.
Okay.
But he was riding Apollo's Chariot and a bird hit him in the face, and then by the end of his face was bloody and everything. Of course, that wasn't in the commercial, but it was on the news because he was filming as a part of the commercial. Do you all remember back in the day?
I'll see if I can find it on YouTube.
In the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s when amusement parks actually did commercials.
Yeah.
But of course, we don't see that anymore. But back in the day when they did commercials, Fabio did a commercial for Apollo's Chariot at Busch Gardens Williamsburg when it opened.
What happened to Fabio?
He got old. He's probably in his 60s now.
I don't know. I would love to see. Like, they don't even show him anymore. That's horrible.
But anyways,
That's
I'll
sad.
continue. The woman, an Orange County resident, which is a county outside of in Orlando, is seeking at least $50,000
Of
in
course.
damages for what she says is negligence on part of SeaWorld, which led to the flying duck striking her. The complaint alleges that SeaWorld was negligent in maintaining its premises in a reasonably safe condition and did not warn of any dangerous conditions about which it knew or should have known. The complaint states in part that the defendant created a zone of danger for bird strikes due to A, the high speed of the roller coaster making a collision with a flying bird a high impact event, B, placing the roller coaster over or near a body of water which creates a higher risk of bird strikes involving ducks, gulls, geese, and other waterfowl, and C, placing the roller coaster within the known territory of waterfowls in the area, and D, designing the ride in such a way as to disorient waterfowls, thereby... How do we know that? How do we know that the roller coaster?
Okay, I think in the United States we're getting to a point where we're doing
Wait a minute.
way too much.
Did they say C, placing the roller coaster within a known territory of waterfowls and designing a ride in such a way as to disorient? How the fuck do we actually know that the waterfowls are disoriented? They're flying. I'll finish this.
Hurry up.
The woman allegedly suffered permanent injuries, pain, and suffering of both a physical and mental nature.
Did she get
the loss of ability to lead and enjoy a normal life?
I want to see a picture of her.
The loss of capacity for the enjoyment of life, the aggravation of an existing condition, and more. The law firm Morgan and Morgan are representing the woman, and the jury trial is being sought. So, unlike Universal and Disney, United Parks is going to trial for this.
Yes. Thank you, United Parks, for taking these people to court the way you're supposed to.
I mean, considering how much money they make, like $50,000 would be like me giving 10 cents to somebody.
Yeah.
But I guess it's the principle.
Yeah. It's the principle at this point. I need for y'all to understand the United States, we need to like really have a come to Jesus moment and understand we cannot keep on suing like for dumbass reasons. Like this one is a dumbass
But here's
reason.
my thing. If you're from Orlando, every theme park in Orlando is set around either a lake or a lagoon. Let's look at Magic. Let's look at Epcot. Huge lake. Islands of Adventure. Huge lake.
You're
Universal
suing
Orlando.
Mother Nature.
Lake. Epic Universe. Water fountains. The
It's
Magic
a known
Kingdom.
risk.
Disney's Animal Kingdom. Huge body of water. Every single theme park in Orlando
has water.
Is centered around water because it's beautiful. So what the fuck is she talking about?
Like I just need to know, what did she want? Them to put a fucking dome, invisible dome? You want to put invisible dome over SeaWorld to make sure there is absolutely no flying anything.
I mean, let's look at Islands of Adventure. There, when the Velocicoaster does the water roll, the Mosasaurus roll right over the lagoon. Heaven forbid. There's ducks in that lagoon.
There's ducks. There's a known
swans.
risk. There is a known risk that when we go to Cedar Point, there's a known risk that if you go at a certain time of the year, there is going to be bugs,
birds, and everything else. Spiders.
You are going to there's videos of this, of people going down
Top Thrill 2
Steel with bugs all over their face.
Yeah.
Do they sue because I have pain and suffering? Okay, Kings Island, when they have cicada season and they have cicadas running amok all over the place, and everybody's going everywhere. Do they sue because they you messed up my experience? I feel like I ran. Let's say one of those kids ran and they tripped over something and hurt themselves. Like, what are they gonna sue for? Mother Nature? You're gonna sue Mother Nature.
I mean, but like, I can understand this thought process because I talked to Valerie about it, and she was like, and I said, well, what if you're driving and a deer hits your car and it's totaled? And she was like, well, I have insurance for that, so you can claim an insurance claim. But like in this case, she did say that I would probably sue.
Well, here's the thing: people sue here because they think that these parks are going to just say, "All right."
Valerie's my sister.
Oh, yes, okay. So, shout out to your sister.
Hey, guys.
But they think that these parks are just going to give them a blank check because they're saying, I'm going to sue for pain and suffering, and they don't want the publicity, so they think that it's Universal. What Universal does is just give a blank check and say, go away. And here's...
Well, they usually do.
Yes, here's $50,000, shut up. Mm-hmm. And so they thought that United Park was going to do the same thing. And
United Parks don't play that.
And they're not. And
United Parks is not Universal or Disney.
It's not. And I think they thought that these people were going to just say, okay, here's $50,000, shut up. Mm-hmm. And they're not doing that. But they didn't bank on that. But I think that this is going to be something where they need to send a message. These parks need to send a message to people that they can't just give all these frivolous lawsuits.
But they also put all types of disclaimers in the ticket purchase. Like
yes.
The emails that they send you when you purchase your tickets that no one ever reads.
There's
even when you buy, like, I don't know if you saw this, but I read it. There's a location in our season pass purchase that says if something were to happen to us in one of the parks, we are no longer eligible for litigation with Six Flags Entertainment Corporation.
Right. But yeah, I mean, but it's in the fine print, it's in all of those things. But at the same time,
fine print or not, people still gonna sue.
Yes, they're gonna sue. But my problem is you're saying that all the beauty that we see when we go to these roller coasters, the beauty of the water, the beauty of that stuff.
Because SeaWorld is beautiful.
But you can't.
A beautiful park.
You're saying that because Mother Nature, in all of its splendor, has its beauty, you don't want to be a part of it.
Well, their lake is man-made.
Yes, but it's the ducks ducks that come to it. It's water.
Yeah.
I mean, animals come to water.
Yeah.
Like you put water somewhere,
animals, they're
going to show up no matter what you do.
And they show up where people are because we tend to feed them.
Yes.
And
so
you're saying, like, oh, here's some water.
Here's some water.
When we were at Islands of Adventure, there were ducks and swans.
They were coming up to people.
They'll come up lagoon. Yeah.
They'll come up to people. They get food, they get water. Why wouldn't they be there?
There's Gardens Tampa. There's random birds walking around.
What? Like that's. I thought that was part of the aesthetic. The aesthetic and the beauty of it is the wildlife and seeing the SeaWorld. And SeaWorld has.
I just say this. Good luck to you and your lawsuit, lady.
No, not good luck.
Every theme park in Orlando.
I hope SeaWorld countersues and then you're in bankruptcy.
Well, here's my thing.
Send them a message.
Here's my thing. It'll set a precedent because every single theme park in Orlando has bodies of water in the middle of it or surrounding it.
I think
including the biggest park of all of them.
I think these parks
Disney.
need to send a message. They need to countersue, sue their asses, bankrupt them, and then make people afraid to sue them. I'm sorry, this doesn't happen overseas. Why?
Yeah.
Because people know when you purchase things, there is risk involved. Yeah. If you go onto a ride, there is risk. I know that when I go onto a ride, I'm afraid to death that going on the lift hill is going to pause and stop. And I'm going to have to be, as a person that is afraid of heights, I'm going to have to come down 300 feet or 200 feet.
Have you ever thought of, like, we recently rode Fury 325, we also recently rode Top Thrill 2. Have you ever thought of getting hit by a bird?
Yes.
Riding? You have?
Yeah. You always think of...
I never actually thought about it.
I think about it because especially Top Thrill 2, you're going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And you're going up 400 feet.
428.
Of course, there might be a passing bird that they're like, oh.
I wonder if it's happened.
Hey, researcher,
I'm curious.
You should research.
Have y'all ever heard of any birds accidents at Cedar Point or other parks.
I know it was at the Slingshot. It was.
Well, we know, yeah, there was one at Slingshot.
The funniest thing.
But anyways, moving right along.
All right, next one.
Mamba, speaking about another future lawsuit, Mamba at Worlds of Fun. 2 days ago,
I saw that news report.
a girl, as they were going up the lift hill about to go over Mamba at the Worlds of Fun park, she had noticed that her seatbelt had come undone. And the two adults in front of her started freaking out, and so they decided that they were going to hold her down.
Did you see how she said she was like I was what did she say?
She was in tears talking about
I know I was splattered. I was like she said some weird word and I was like what?
Those of you that might be watching that are not familiar with roller coaster restraints, Mamba at Worlds of Fun is a Morgan hypercoaster that was built in the early 2000s. And Morgan hypercoasters have a primary restraint and a secondary restraint.
Yeah.
The secondary restraint is this restraint that you can undo, which is the seatbelt.
The seatbelt.
The purpose of the secondary restraint is to basically say, please do not try to do anything while this ride is in motion.
Right.
The primary restraint is
the lap bar. Is the bar.
Is the bar that you cannot remove even if you tried to until the ride came to a stop in the station.
And they actually have to release that.
Mm-hmm. The secondary restraint is essentially like a comfort element to make you say that, hey, there's two things actually holding you in.
Right.
And they were saying the girl was lifting off the chair, and that lifting off of the chairs
is the ride.
Is negative. The negative G-forces, which is also known as airtime.
Right.
When you're riding one of those rides that are going over what's called airtime hills, you're supposed to lift out of the chair.
Yeah, that's the fun.
I can't tell you how many times that, I've been on roller coasters with seatbelts. I've been on roller coasters without them, and I've never felt unsafe because the primary restraint is what keeps you in there.
Well, what's the issue at hand is those people are mostly GPs, general public, and they don't know probably the ins and outs of the secondary and primary restraints, and they're just seeing a seatbelt and they're like,
and it's flopping all over
the place. And they're like, yeah. Oh my God. And so there are people that really generally don't usually ride stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're just, I call it the WWT. I call it. I don't want to say it because people might think I'm being mean about it, but it's they cry and then it's a thing that news reports eat up. And they want to put this on full display. Like, oh my God.
I think the news media in general tends to sensationalize
a lot of things.
Most things. And a lot of things, even with the themed entertainment industry.
Yeah, they sensationalize it. The tears fall, and they want to elate sympathy.
But we've both been on Morgan hypercoasters.
Yeah,
we can assure you that at any time was anyone in danger of flying out of that roller coaster.
No, it's not fly. They're not going to fly out, and I think. Even for a person like me who's afraid of heights, I'm afraid of heights, and
on roller coasters.
And I get on roller coasters because I know it's really safe. And even if a seatbelt comes undone, that primary restraint, is made to be stuck. Yeah. It's not. It can't. Even if you put all of your strength,
you can.
You're not moving that. Yeah. It is not coming anywhere.
I think I read that the average restraint on an Intamin roller coaster can withstand almost 1,000 pounds of pressure.
Yeah, it's not going absolutely nowhere.
Or maybe it's less than that.
I think what's going to end up happening is because they're doing those tiers, that they're going to sue, and Morgan & Morgan's gonna probably represent them, or Ben Crump, and they're going to hopefully try to get a blank check, or pain and suffering, or the tiers are gonna fall, and they're gonna have another press conference Yeah. So what do you think about this? I mean, everybody's opinion is valid.
I
And
mean, the roller coaster was able to get back in.
yeah,
It was
it was
operating
fine.
the next day. They just replaced all the seatbelts on all the trains.
I don't.
But I mean, we've been on these roller coasters. The seatbelts are like tied in knots because
Yeah.
someone decided they wanted to tie it in a knot. And we know better that they're just secondary restraints that are there for the visual aspect. But
Yeah.
I don't think anything is going to come of it.
I don't think either. I mean, but even if they do, I think they're gonna try to sue, because sensationalized. It
knows?
makes for good TV. They're gonna do a update, and that's what they're gonna do. Next,
Last bit of news, we have, for the first time in its history, a Six Flags park has entered into the Global 25.
what's not our last thing? I'm sorry, you were saying the last thing. It's not the last thing.
Well, it's not.
Is it?
As far as theme park news.
Yes.
So, the Themed Entertainment Association publishes what's called the T Report because that's their organization. It's the golden standard of theme park analysis and themed entertainment analysis. So they go over analytical data from theme parks, museums, and other things that are supposed to attract casinos. And they compile this data at the end of the year and they release it for people to see how theme parks and other themed entertainment attractions are going. And so for the first time in Six Flags' history, they have a theme park of theirs. Yes, I said theme park.
Yay.
And the Global 25, meaning that their theme park is one of the 25 most visited theme parks in the world. Knott's Berry Farm.
Yay.
Which is the only theme park in the Six Flags chain. Those of you that don't know, it's in Southern California. It's an hour from its now sister park, Magic Mountain.
And we were supposed to go.
Yeah. Considering its small footprint, the fact that Knott's Berry Farm is less than 100 acres, they have over 6 million annual where the hell do they go? How do they must be at capacity every damn day.
How big is it? How big is
60
it?
acres.
They only are 60 acres?
60 acres.
Knott's Berry Farm?
Knott's Berry Farm is
the whole thing?
The entire thing. 60 acres. Knott's
Wait.
Berry Farm.
For context, how many acres is Cedar Point?
356. Islands of Adventure is 110. The Magic Kingdom is 107 acres.
So how 60 acres?
60 acres.
That's are you sure?
I'm positive. I looked it up. So Knott's Berry Farm is 60 acres. It's the most visited of all the Six Flags parks. It's the 25th most visited theme park in the world and the 10th most visited theme park in all of North America, right after all of the Disney and Universal parks.
Wow.
I'll read the thing here.
Oh, he has the research.
So in the United States, in North America, the number one most visited park is the Magic Kingdom. Number two is Disneyland Park at the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, which is a beautiful park.
Never been.
Number three is Epcot, beautiful park. Epcot's one of those parks where you could just pay the $180 and just walk around and do nothing, and just walk around with a drink and just sit and just look and then walk.
You know
over
what people
here.
do is I think it's Epcot. They go and have a drink around the world. Yeah, it's that challenge where you have a drink.
Yeah, but because they have Italy, they have I've only been to Italy and Morocco.
Yeah.
Last year, when I've been to Epcot, I'll go and I'll sit in either Italy or Morocco.
Oh,
and I'll
okay.
just stay there.
There's people that do that challenge where they go around the world at Epcot and you go to and get a drink in every single world or country.
Every country.
Yeah.
But Epcot is one of those parks. It's not like the Magic Kingdom where you feel like, oh, I have to go do this, I have to do this, I have to see Mickey, Epcot, you can just sit and chill for your $179. That's what I did.
Oh, wow.
Disney's Hollywood Studios at Disney World. Disney's California Adventure at Disneyland. For the first time, Universal Studios overtook Islands of Adventure.
Universal Studios.
Universal Studios Florida overtook Islands of Adventure in attendance.
I don't know why.
They have the new DreamWorks Land. They have the new the all of the food festivals, Hollywood horror, Halloween Horror Nights.
I thought that was on Islands of Adventure too.
No, it's not. It's
okay.
only the OG Universal.
Ah.
But as a whole, Universal's attendance dropped 10%.
Really?
But they predicted that because they said that what they predicted in 2023. I saw an analysis report and the CEO was talking about it. So the CEO, Mark Woodbury, predicted that we're going to see drops in our attendance because our pass holders and stuff are going to want to go to Epic. So people are going to wait, and then the floodgates are going to open for all of them for Epic. But we're already seeing that they had a 20% increase in revenue since Epic is open.
Okay.
So for the first time, Universal Studios Florida has overtaken Islands of Adventure. So Universal Studios Florida is number 6. Islands of Adventures is number 7. Disney's Animal Kingdom, which is a beautiful park, but there's nothing to do. It's like 5 things to do. Beautiful park at number 8. Universal Studios Hollywood is number 9. And Knott's Berry Farm is number 10.
Okay.
It's the only non-Disney and Universal park in the top 10 in North America.
Well, that's
Congratulations, Six Flags.
Well, not Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm.
So here's my thing. Cedar Fair never knew what to do with Knott's Berry Farm because it is a theme park, so they always just essentially sent it a blank check. Do you think Six Flags is going to continue doing that for Knott's, considering its position?
I don't know.
Because it's Knott's just keeps winning. Like, it just keeps getting better and better and better.
I need to go and experience it because for you saying that it's only 60 acres, but yet still gets that many people. I don't know how that happens.
Let me pull it up. Hold on.
I don't know how that happens. Like, logistically speaking, I don't know how that...
I'm sorry. 57 acres. 2023 attendance was 4.2 million, and this year is 6.2 million.
I don't know how. Like, no, I mean...
1 acre is over the size of football. Imagine 57 football fields, just one in a big... A football field is big.
Yeah, a football field is big, but I'm just saying, like, you have Cedar Point, or you have
56 acres.
Yeah, but Knott's Berry with its below 60 acres
gets more attendance than Cedar Point.
I don't know, like, how.
It does. Well, remember, Knott's is also open all year round.
Oh, okay. That might be a factor.
So as far as the Six Flags chain, let me continue with the numbers.
That might be a factor.
So as far as the Six Flags chain, Knott's is number 1, Cedar Point is number 2, Kings Island is number 3, Magic Mountain is number 4, Canada's Wonderland is number 5, and Six Flags Great America is number 6. So Cedar Point is Cedar
Point is right there.
Yeah, Cedar Point is right there.
Okay.
But the golden child of the Six Flags chain is, I don't think they're going to keep writing them a blank check and just saying, here, Knott's leadership. They've had so much autonomy over the years because it's always performed. I don't see the new Six Flags letting them do that.
So do you think now they're going to put a restraint on them and now it's going to affect it?
They already started. They're upcharging Silver Bullet and Ghost Rider they put 2-pay lockers there. And they got such a huge uproar that they made them free again. Their base is like extremely loyal. So they were sending letters, doing all types of stuff at Knott's, and then they were like,
so okay. It was free lockers. It's free lockers.
They were always free. They never charged anything for any of their lockers or anything. They were always free all over the park. They started charging you for them.
Oh, and then people got upset.
They were like, "What the fuck is this? This is Knott's Berry Farm. Why are we?" And then it lasted for 2 weeks.
And then they stopped again. Okay.
Because Knott's has, and it's funny because they're an hour away from Magic Mountain. Yet they tend to cannibalize Magic Mountain's attendance. And Magic Mountain is 2 times the size of Knott's. Over 200 acres.
Yeah, which is crazy. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to understand the
Envision
attendance.
6 million people.
Yeah,
And a park that's less than 60.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That must mean that every day, most of the year, they're operating at or near capacity.
That's crazy.
I mean, they're known for their long lines, and their fast pass sales are up there.
Okay. Well, that is our coaster news, but I wanted us to just, since we're on the podcast and we have the shirts, Six Flags America is...
That's what we were going to get into. I was going to...
Oh.
Yeah, Six Flags America, at the time of this recording,
it's closed.
Inevitably.
Six Flags America.
Inevitably.
It's closed permanently.
Yeah, I was like, inevitably.
Undeniably.
Indubitably.
It's closed and it's not reopening. They closed today for the last time at 6 o'clock
It's
p.m.
closed forever.
And what I wanted to ask you was how do you feel about it? How did Six Flags America impact your journey of becoming a coaster
you'll see
enthusiast?
when we post our vlog, and I'm working on the vlog now, and you'll see some shorts that I did, and we are putting up an interview that we had with our friend Zero Bree-Roll, and that'll be up shortly. But the memories that were there for me were mostly in the water park, because I'm an only child, and for a lot of people in that area, especially in that Largo, Maryland, Bowie, Maryland area, that was the place to go. That was where we had our summer camps going. I used to have my cousin reunions, church events. So a lot of our memories are staked in that place, and those memories, even when I was walking through the park, seeing it just brought back those memories, seeing Shipwreck Falls.
And when we went yesterday, how long had it been since you were there?
It was over 10 years, actually.
Because I had been there 2 years ago with my school group.
When you have gone so long and then you're become a coaster enthusiast and you have gone to all these other parks, I think that's what really bothers me about that park is that it could have been so much more. And it was a huge missed opportunity by Six Flags corporate. Yeah, and it was very sad.
It's like for years, it was like a 5-year period. I would say from 99 to 2004, 2005. It was like something new every single year. Then all of a sudden, it just stopped.
It stopped, and I mean, we could go over the reasons why it stopped, but the biggest thing is the fact that you have such a huge populated area. DC,
Baltimore.
but what ended up happening was people started discovering that if I just go an hour from Six Flags America, I could get a better experience at King's Dominion, or I could get a better experience at Hershey
So let me
Park.
ask you this: when you're talking about experience, from your knowledge, what changed and made it a bad experience for people from what it used to be? Because when I used to go, I remember the first time I ever went to Six Flags America was Wild World.
Yes,
and
I remember Wild World.
The park was actually centered around the water park. And the
wave
wild
pool.
one was there, and they had the swing ride and the carousel, and
the big wave pool,
and the train, and that was it.
And no, the wave pool.
Well, the water park.
The whole water park. The whole water park was the biggest thing.
Yeah,
that was the big part.
And then the rides came eventually. When it became Adventure World. But my starting experience was as it being Wild World, and my very first roller coaster, I rode it with my big sister, was the Wild one.
Yeah,
which was the oldest continuously operating roller coaster in the United States.
Yes. And I
hope it remains.
Come on,
Knobles.
I don't see it.
Come on, Knobles.
I don't see it happening.
Come on, Rick Knoble.
That wood is gone. It's gone. And
it wouldn't be the first Woody they moved. They moved the Phoenix, and we did it.
I don't see it happening. But
come on, Knobles. Anyways, but when did you
I saw
think it changed?
So it changed.
And what do you think the change was?
I think what the change really for me for everything was when they started making it so cheap to go. When you made it so cheap, and what ended up happening was it shifted the mindset of everybody as being a place I could just go and take a date, or I could just go and take me and a group of friends could just go and buy one get one free.
And their season passes also became cheap.
Yeah,
so you can get your kids want to just drop them off.
And you know what? You even said that your mom dropped you off.
We just dropped off.
So I wasn't that person, but you know, a lot of these parents.
I remember me and Evan
which was not right.
Off.
Which
me,
was
Evan,
not right.
And Joe, we were dropped off.
Well, which is in the grand scheme of things, that's what ended up making it, because what ended up happening was kids did a lot of hooligan behavior, and it made it so easy and accessible for the teenagers. And, you know, teenagers will be teenagers. And I hate to say that teenagers will be teenagers, because when I was a teenager, I didn't run amok. But, you know, it's not everybody, but it's a lot of non-parental guidance. And the area that it was in, remember, we were talking about Largo. And if you know anything about Largo High School, if you know anything about
Kettering
Middle School, PG County, that the area turned into a little bit of a hard area in terms of the teenagers that were there. And what ended up happening was, because the prices of getting into Six Flags was like really low, kids could just buy one get one free tickets and go and get 10 or 15 of their friends and go and just run wild at the park. And what ended up happening was people ended up getting into fights. People ended up getting stuff broken into. People ended up getting, hurt.
Let me tell y'all, the last time I was there prior to actually going again in 2023 with my school group, it was 2019. I forget who I had gone with, but my car was broken into. 2017. It was 2017. It was before I went abroad, a trip abroad. I decided to go to the park. Solo trip. My car was broken into. 2015. Went before that. My car was broken into. 2 separate times, 2 years apart. And so I was like, never again. So, and it's like you try to take your family to a nice park. You see people cutting up. You see people running around. You see people fighting. You hear stories about people's cars getting broken into. I would drive an hour and a half up to Hershey and get a better experience.
Right, and I think what was the problem with the corporate and Six Flags is that they didn't guard their gate.
Poor management.
Well, not poor management. They didn't guard their gate, meaning that their value. They didn't guard their value of that park. And I
don't even think the park was managed well either. At a local level.
Yeah, the park wasn't managed well, but at the same time, the prices were so cheap and so easily accessible that anybody.
Can I stop you? So that reminds me of when Salim Basul came in, and he was comparing Legacy Six Flags to Walmart, and he gouged all of the prices, but didn't gouge the quality. And then they started seeing these huge decreases because the name Six Flags became synonymous with daycare.
Yes, it was basically daycare.
And it wasn't just Six Flags America. There were other Six Flags parks where similar things were happening because they just made them so
easy,
dirt cheap and easy to access.
Yes, and so that's what the problem. And after a while, when you have all those incidents, they stopped investing in that park.
Yeah.
Once they stopped investing in that park because they had so many incidents, that's when everything started to decrease. People didn't want to come back anymore because there was nothing new going on. Mm-hmm. And so there was not a lot of new things. There was not a lot of advertisement. Things started slowly shifting, and it's such a shame because they just missed a huge money-making opportunity with millions of people in this area.
They said the park set on 500 acres.
500 acres,
and maybe used 100.
And so you could have made this place to be a destination.
Mm-hmm.
You could have used this place for so much more if you would have just made sure that you guarded your gate and guarded the value of your park. And once you saw that the park was starting to become a place where people just sent people, you were supposed to say, no, we need to make these prices higher. We need to make sure that we get the value up of this IP.
How about we need to paint around here? We need to properly train the staff.
Yes, that too.
It was also, from what I've recognized, the times that I've gone over the years, it was also poor management on a local level. Mm-hmm. There's no reason why you should be operating a 200-foot roller coaster and you're sitting on your phone.
Yeah.
I've seen that dozens of times at that park.
Yeah.
So they clearly had training issues with staff. They had maintenance issues because they were constantly breaking down. But then that proper upkeep and maintenance cost money.
Right.
Which there's a whole nother story.
Yes, and so they cut corners. Six Flags cut corners.
There was cutting corners,
there
which
was
is what
so
they're
much
doing
cutting.
now.
There's so much cutting corners.
This park was it was a gargantuan missed opportunity, because you look at the success. Hershey was on that TEA index as being one of the most visited parks in the region.
Mm-hmm.
Hershey. Let me see who was on there for our region. Hold on.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you had such a. The park itself is historic, and so many people, even now, today, there were so many people on the park just to even say goodbye. It was a lot of people. And I'm so glad we got an opportunity to say goodbye.
So for the Mid-Atlantic region, Hershey Park is the most visited theme park. It comes in at number 20 for the entire country. So Hershey for our region is vastly successful, probably because of the fact that all of these people in this entire region felt they couldn't feel comfortable taking their family to Six Flags America. So they would drive the additional, because I think from here to it's just under 2 hours. It's like an hour 50.
Yeah. So people will drive away, a park that's only like 20-30 minutes away, right there, a theme park that's right there. They're willing to bypass that to drive 2.5 hours to have
Hershey,
a good time.
Or King's Dominion, or Busch Gardens,
which is crazy. Which they should have sat down, I think, in 2010 and been like, wait a second.
Well, also remember in 2008 was the recession, so a lot of the parks suffered, and that's actually when I think Six Flags filed bankruptcy the first time around that, in 2009 or 2010.
But then they should have, once they did that, they should have gotten around and said, look, Hershey's doing a lot better. King's Dominion's doing a lot better. What do we need to do to get these people to come back here? And I don't think they really had that hard conversation. And I think the writing was on the wall a long time. I think they knew they were going to be closing for decades now. They knew they were going to be closing because they didn't invest since 2010?
I mean, but
they didn't invest anything really.
Michigan's Adventure hasn't gotten any investment from Cedar Fair, and they're still open for now.
Right now.
Worlds of Fun. Well, they Worlds of Fun and Valley Fair recently got new rides. So,
I don't know.
Michigan's Adventure, they haven't gotten anything in over a decade. If any park, and then here's the thing: people constantly say, "Well, Michigan's Adventure is profitable," but they never said that. And when the CFO in their second quarter call, he was very vocal about the parks that were profitable for the chain. Michigan's Adventure was not one of them. He was very vocal about he said it was either 12 or 13
This
parks.
feeds into my narrative that they're going to be closing
More
parks. And I think what they're doing is they're making those 8 to 10 parks the destination. And over the next 20 years, you're going to see all of those parks, other parks closing. Dorking Park is going to close. I know people don't want to hear it. It's going to close.
I think Kings Dominion could close because they already sold off some of the land.
It's closing, and we just need to accept that things need to happen.
I think they can get the biggest bang for their buck right now if they sold Kings Dominion. It's a beautiful park. It has great rides. It will fit perfectly in like a Palace Entertainment Company or Herschend or even United Parks.
I don't think United can afford that right now.
Clearly they can't, but I think it would work beautifully in their lineup.
Yeah.
If they have a body of water, they could easily make that into like a SeaWorld or another Busch Gardens park.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, I just think in the long run, I think that Six Flags knew that this was going to be happening decades ago. They knew
over 10 years ago.
Yeah, they knew this was happening.
Yeah.
They didn't invest in a lot of things because they knew that this park was long.
And then they wait till a year before it closes to finally put some investment into the new Steamtown area.
Yeah,
which
was stupid.
Which was
stupid
because I think the park leadership probably didn't even have an idea.
Yeah,
that says to me that the park leadership didn't know that they were, because parks have certain level of autonomy with how they can use some of their money if they have any. And so he probably decided, let's put some paint on the walls. Let's bring in another show. Let's get a Zamperla Nebulous in here. Let's get some new trains for Mind Eraser and retheme it.
Yeah. And now
Steamtown looked great. You'll see it.
It looked great. It looked good. I don't know. I don't understand where Professor Screamo came from, but
I don't either.
But I didn't see. I was thinking it was gonna be like Dr. Diabolical, and we was gonna actually see Dr. Screamo. There's nobody there, but like who? And y'all invented somebody that's not even exist.
Yeah. But there was nothing more than just the rat itself.
Yeah, exactly. It just
I don't know. Maybe there was more to the story
in one of the
shows,
or maybe they wanted to develop that area more.
It was
it was probably a
opportunity.
It was a plan.
Probably in the plans that they just
had to scrap.
And now they can't do it all because the park closes doors
at
6 o'clock.
Okay, so we got all this gear for like 85% off.
Yeah, and I was actually
it was like mayhem. It was mayhem in there.
I was actually shocked that we were both able to still find things that we liked in our size.
It was mayhem.
Yeah, he got like 5 or 6 things and it was like $20.
Yeah,
I got something that is usually $50. I got a same type of sweatshirt as this. These are usually $50-something in the park.
It was like 12.
My sweatshirt and the shirt were both like $11.20.
Hey, look. So it was. It was bare bones there. They didn't even have like burgers or anything. They just had slices of pizza. Yeah, pizza. So it was kind of just very bittersweet seeing the nostalgia and the missed opportunity that they could have had there. And I don't know what they're gonna do with that place. Hopefully they don't make it into luxury townhomes like they do everything at PG County.
It's zoned for entertainment, but
they can change
money
it.
Talks and bullshit walks.
Yes, if some developer is going to be coming there and show that council people some money,
I don't think it's going to sit vacant like Six Flags Geauga Lake or Six Flags New Orleans for 20 years.
It's going to be Chipotle's. It's going to be some McDonald's there.
Would you be surprised if a theme park operator came in and reinvented the park?
I would be so surprised, but I don't think they see value in that area. I don't think that.
Why not?
Do you want my honest answer?
No.
I don't think you want my honest answer. I don't think that the area that they're going to be in, they're seeing value in it.
Okay.
And that's the answer, and it's sad to say it.
That the same area you have Shoppers Food left the county, the Commanders are leaving the county, and now an amusement park is leaving the county. So these three major entities.
Yeah, you see what, but we know in the back of our minds, we know what it is and why it is, but nobody is going to say it because it's politically incorrect.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's sad, but I will be very surprised if Herschend or Palace United Parks can't afford that much right now. So they're just trying to keep and maintain what they got. So they're not looking to expand right now. But a Palace would be nice. A Palace Parks, Legoland, might buy it maybe. Legoland.
I don't know. I saw a news report. They were talking to the county council person for that area, and she was saying that they have some bids.
Money.
So I don't know what these bids are.
Bids are residential townhomes. That I'm telling you,
and
this
still
is
not
PG.
building a damn school.
This
anywhere.
is PG County. They're not going to build a school. Of course, as teachers, we would love a school so we can stop having these class sizes to 30 kids. But of course, that's not important. But what's important is luxury townhomes.
Yeah.
That's what's important to the area of PG County. And yes, that is a swipe because I've lived in PG County most of my life.
Likewise.
So I could say this and say this with all honesty. Money talks to PG Council. Money talks to them, and things could be easily switched.
Yeah.
From entertainment to residential to shopping plazas.
You know what my dream would be? Since Universal is putting up a new resort in Texas, my dream would be that
Universal
this 500-acre plot of land becomes the Universal America Resort.
Ooh, that would be a dream.
Of course, it's a dream.
That is such a dream.
Never happen.
Oh my God!
Could you imagine
the whole area will have to change? The whole area, the demographic. I'm sorry.
It would have to be a lot of changes.
It'll be a lot of changes that will kind of piss off a lot of people. In order for it to be happening.
Because Universal's opening the Universal Kids Resort in Katy, Texas next year on time. Because that's what Universal does. They open shit on time. Unlike Disney.
I would love a Villain's Land in Disney.
It's happening. It's happening.
It's been happening for 5 years, okay?
Since COVID, yeah.
It's been happening for 5 years.
How long did it take them to plan? How long did it take them to build Tron? Like 4 years to build Tron? 4 or 5 years to build Tron?
I'm sorry.
And it's 30 seconds long.
Stop. A real small thing here, but I thought you were supposed to put it on here. They killed off the evil queen.
Apparently, they bought it back.
Oh, because there was so much backlash that they said that they wanted to take out the evil queen.
So Disney, there's
bullshit.
The actress that plays the evil queen, she's been viral for some time now.
Awesome woman.
And apparently, they were getting rid of her character, at least for certain times of the year, because she was too mean.
Bullshit.
They got a huge amount of backlash, and then they backtracked. Because that's what companies do when they get backlash.
Yeah.
Backtrack.
No, but they have the ambassadors for the Villain's Land right there. Mm-hmm. All they have to do is put them in front of everything and put them and make it an adult land. Disney desperately needs an adult area.
Well, technically that's Epcot.
No, an adult. Okay, let me try this again. Mm-hmm. An adult themed area.
I think Epcot.
No, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the Villain's Land. The Villain's Land is supposed to have the big rides.
Epcot reminds me of Universal.
No, it's supposed to be more thrilling rides for more adults. That's what Villain's Land. That's what Villain's Land
stuff.
That's
maybe something with some airtime.
But what my idea was you have the two ambassadors, Maleficent and the Evil Queen, that could literally be in an area that's not for kids, but introduce the Villain's Land to the people already so that they can
and get a well-themed Intamin roller coaster in it. They're not going to do that.
Right there.
They're not.
And then you just literally have
Disney.
you have a huge stake. You can see that there was increased attendance just for making Alpine Fury. Just for making Alpine Fury. There's a huge Hollywood Horror Nights, lines around the block. Adults need things too. And you can't just build everything for kids.
The Magic Kingdom is the most visited theme park on Earth.
That's great, but Universal is coming up on your ass. It's coming on your ass because they know that they have to get kids and they have to get adults to beat out Disney. Mm-hmm. And they're doing it. They're about to do it. And you know what, Disney? If you're listening,
I do think in 5 to 10 years,
get your ass together.
I do think 5 to 10 years, Universal
is going to overtake.
I do believe that because it just takes Disney so long to do anything. They don't really change and adapt that well.
They want to make everything kids, but remember, kids are expensive.
Yeah. I can say them walking down Main Street USA at the Magic Kingdom, there's very few places like it. It even brought out the little kid because I'm bored. I'm usually bored at Disney. Last time I went, I was like, this is boring. But I can say that looking at Cinderella's castle as you walk down, it's almost breathtaking.
It's great, breathtaking, but I'm saying you gotta start getting the more adults to want to come, not just with kids.
Well, remember they have the Disney adults.
Yeah, but that's not gonna bring in the numbers. It's not. It's not bringing. That's a small niche. And so I don't know, but
Disney did raise their prices, and I feel like Universal's going to raise theirs too.
But Universal has more things.
But also their season pass is far less expensive than their annual pass is cheaper than Disney's as of now. For now, I think because they don't. The thing is with Universal, they don't want to be considered the value chain.
Of course.
So they want to be like, well, we're just as good, if not better.
Then
we have
Disney.
We have Universal Tokyo. We have this. We have that. We have Epic Universe. We're just as good, if not
exactly.
better.
Which
so
they
of
should.
Course they're going to match.
Guard your gate. Mm-hmm. Guard your gate. Put value into your stock. That's it. And I definitely believe in that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is at this point. We are getting ready for Monday, but thank you for listening to the Thrill Seeking Teachers podcast, and we're going to try to upload this as quickly and as orderly as possible. Thank you for the memory, Six Flags America. Thank you so much.
Auf Wiedersehen, Six Flags
America. I know, but if you like our podcast, please follow our podcast on all the platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, not Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, all of those different things. Also, like our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. We're slowly getting to our goal of 500 subscribers. You are helping us get and achieve that. Share it. Do all of the things. Thank you so much. Will and Dave 2019 at gmail.com. Dang it. 2018 at gmail.com. If you have any ideas or comments you would like for us to share on our next podcast. All right.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Bye. Oh.